Hey everybody, welcome to Simply Splendid Ideas by Michelle. Today we're going to be working on these miniature birthday cards. I just love them. They're adorable and whimsical and cute. First, we're going to start off with the Recollections stamp set called Doodle Birthday. These cards I found at my local craft store. They were on the end cap, and there were 25 cards for 50 cents. They measure 3 by 3 closed, and if you open them, they're 3 by 6 1/4. They're just adorable. I love them. I decided to use the hat, the present, the cupcake, and the balloon. For this demonstration, I'm going to show you what I did with the balloon. You're going to take your acrylic block and press it against your stamp so it's secure. And then I used a mixed media paper because I'm going to do watercolor. I chose a blue embossing pad. You simply covered my balloon and pressed it down firmly onto my paper. And then I covered it with some black embossing powder, making sure that all of the edges were covered. Shake off the excess and use your heat tool to heat up the embossing powder so it will rise up and it will have a glossy finish. I decided to use the Stampin' Up! Write and Stamp markers, Stamp and Write markers, and my water brush tool. I cut the image out using a 2.5 circle punch. And then I simply put my marker onto my Ranger ink craft mat and use the water brush tool to soak up some of the ink and added it to the image. I used rose red, island indigo, crushed curry, and garden green. You can add more or less ink to add dimension to your image. I really love the watercolor look. It just adds some whimsy to the card. And I tried to show that there was a shadow at the top of the balloon and that light was reflecting in the bottom right corner. So you'll see that my image is lighter at the bottom and darker at the top. And in between, I simply wipe off the excess ink onto a baby wipe. Then I used a Micron Archival ink marker 5, and I added some lines and dots to add to the whimsy of the card. I used the Storybook Cricut cartridge to cut out a flower shadow, letter M shadow, 2 3/4. I added a simple little jewel and I attached my balloon image to the flower. I used a dimensional to attach the balloon to the card. I used the Hero Arts birthday message stamp set for the sentiment inside the card. I pressed the stamp into Memento Rich Cocoa ink and stamped the inside of the card. I used my heat embossing tool to make sure that it was dry, and then I used Tulip Glitter fabric dimensional paint to cover the image. These are the images created from the stamp set. I zoomed in to show how glittery they are, but it's kind of blurry. I'm sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed the video today. And remember, when you're at your craft store, check your end caps for those clearance items. you can create some simply splendid projects. Until next time, thanks for watching, and remember, create, inspire, and smile.